Alright, now let's run network programming with Python sockets. In this we will learn about this sockets introduction, and we will also build some small tools related to this network pen testing with Python. So let's get started. So these sockets are building blocks for network programming. So any high level modules will be using these sockets, and socket is a pair of IP address and the port number. So IP address is a unique address that defines a computer in the that identifies a computer in this network, in any network, and the port number is a logical port on which the service runs on. So this combination can be treated as a socket, and these work on the transport layer of this OSI model. So these sockets establish the connection to this IP address and the port, and defines this how this transport can be taken, either TCP or UDP. And we can communicate with the network applications using sockets. This is the main important thing with sockets. We can communicate with remote network applications using the sockets, even with local network applications. So many networking modules were built based on the sockets. So there are so many modules, Nmaps, CAPI, and these are built on sockets. So this is a fundamental networking module for socket network programming. Even some web modules use the sockets in their backend. Obviously they need to communicate with other networking applications, so they need the sockets. So this sockets is very important, and it must be learned even by the normal Python programmer also. It will be very helpful. So let's learn about this some of the functions we need to use for the Python sockets. So the concept is same, but the syntax will be very easier in Python. So this is the server functions, and these are the client functions. So before starting the server, we need to call this socket function. We need to create the socket. For that we use the socket function, and then we need to bind that socket to particular port number, particular IP address and the port number. You can also bind it to localhost or any other interfaces. So after binding, you need to go on listening for incoming connections. So at this stage the server will start up and listening for incoming connections. So whenever on the client side we create the socket in the same manner of this server socket, but instead of binding and listening we will say connect. And whenever we say the connect to this server, we connect using this IP address and the port number. That is, we use it here because the server is binded and listening on this IP address and the port number specified. And then we use the connect function to connect to this server side. And then whenever there is an incoming function from the client, then the server calls this accept function. So up to here the TCP three-way handshake was completed. As you guys know, the TCP three-way handshake, SYN, SYN+ACK and ACK. So up to now the three-way handshake has been completed. Now from here onwards we can start sending messages from to and fro. So this model has saying that first client sends the message, then server receives this, and then it will send the message to the client and vice versa. So then client can call this close function to close this connection, and afterwards server socket can also close the connection. So this is the basic idea of this server and a client using this socket. We can communicate using this socket functions. So first we need to run the server, because without the server client cannot connect to this server. So let's go ahead and program these functions and see how this looks like. So I am using this Visual Studio Code, and I have created two files, server.py and client.py. So first we need to import this socket, and socket module is built in the Python installation. If you have installed this Python, and no need to worry about that. So import socket. So afterwards we need to create the socket object. Let's say s is equals to socket dot socket of. Inside this socket module there is a socket function. So to that function we need to pass two parameters. Those two parameters define what type of socket we are going to create, either TCP or UDP. And first argument is we need to say the IP version 4 or version 6.1. So you need to say socket dot AF underscore INET. So AF underscore INET stands for address family internet, and it represents the family of IP version 4 addresses. It means that we are binding towards, we are going to create a socket that is going to reason on the IP version 4 address. And second argument you want to pass is socket dot sock stream. You can see this is the sock dgram. Dgram is for datagram packets, that is for UDP, and you can also create the raw sockets as well. But for now we are going to create this sock underscore stream. This is the streaming socket, and that is the TCP socket, because there is a connection establishment. So that's why we are going to create this IP version 4 and the TCP socket. So now we want to say s dot bind, and we need to pass the IP address and the port number as a tuple. So put the brackets and say 127.0.0.1, comma, specify this port number, let's say 1234 as a port. So now my socket has been created, and successfully we are going to bind on this port number. Alright, now what we're going to say is we need to say s dot reason. Reason of, we need to pass the number. So this number specifies that how many connections you want to reason. Suppose if I say 5 here, s dot reason of 5, then the server reason for 5 connections. After getting 5 successful connections, then it will stop reasoning. We cannot connect more than 5 connections to this server. Alright, now we need to say s dot accept. So we are accepting this connection. So whenever there is an accept, it will return the two values, that is the client descriptor comma address. So this is called socket descriptor. Even this S is also called socket descriptor. If you have worked with files, you say that the file descriptor is opening the file. So in the same way, this is a socket descriptor, and we can perform the operations with this socket descriptor. And this s dot accept function returns two values. One is the client, the incoming connections object, and then the address. And you can just print out this address. So up to this is the first part, and we will code further, but for now let's go to this client and let's say import socket, and we need to create this socket in the same way as we created before. Socket dot socket of, inside this socket class socket module there is a socket function. So we are going to create the same IP version 4 and the TCP socket. So now we don't need to write this bind or reason or accept. All we need to say is c dot connect of, and you need to pass the tuple, that is 127.0.0.1, and the port number is 1234. So after connecting, we can send the messages. So c dot send, there is a send method, and we can say send of hi, and we need to encode this. So in Python 3 you cannot send the strings as a string, you need to encode this, and this encoding will convert into the bytes. So in Python 2 you can send as a string, but in Python 3 they have specifically put a rule that you cannot send the strings in the sockets in the network. You need to send as a bytes only. So here we are sending the hi, and we need to receive here. So what you want to do is you want to say client object dot receive. So you want to receive the message from this client. So let's say message is equals to client dot receive, and you need to specify number of bytes you want to receive. Let's say 2048 bytes, and you need to decode that message. So it will be in the raw format, like you will see the raw strings and b quotations and the format like that. It will be in the raw format. You need to decode this, and you can print this one, print of message. So now we can send the message as well. When you can say client dot send off, say hello, I am server, and it is a dot encode. So you can also create the new variable saying message, and you can assign that string to this message, but I am just telling you the syntax of these functions. Don't worry, in the next videos we will assign it to a variable. Now we are sending this hello I am server to this client. So now we need to receive this. Let's say message is equals to c dot receive. At the same function syntax, we need to say number of bytes, and we need to decode this one, and you can print this message. So now we got received the message, and we can say c dot close. We are going to just close this communication. So we can just say, first we need to close this client socket descriptor, client dot close. So if there are any other connections, then you need to close those connections also, and then finally you need to close this socket socket descriptor. So alright, let's review our code once again. We are importing socket. We have created IP version 4 and TCP socket, and we are binding it to this local host and 1234 port, and we are going to return for 5 connections. Whenever there is a connection, we are going to accept this one, and we are putting the connection object as a client, and the address is just this tuple, this IP address and the port number, and we are receiving the message first, and we are printing that, we are sending the another message, and we are closing that. So as soon as this client receives this message, it will close the connection. So let's go ahead and run this one. So I am running this server.py in Visual Studio Code, and we need to I'm just going to open this one. So let me open this client.py in Python IDLE. So you cannot run 2 instances in Visual Studio Code, so for that you need to open another instance, but it's simple to use this Python IDLE. So let's go ahead and run the script server.py. First we need to run the server.py, because without this you cannot connect to nowhere. So let's run this. And now it's saying nothing, because it's going on listening for 5 connections. Let's go ahead and run the script. As you can see, now we have got the message hello I am server, and the connection has been closed. So this is from the client side, right? Because we are printing only the receive message. So now let's go ahead and see what happened on the server side. So we have printed this address. So this is how address look like. So 127.0.0.1, that is localhost, because this module I have been running on my computer only. Then the port number, so 53579. So this port is selected by the Windows kernel itself. So it will choose some random port, random free port, and then it will use to connect to this server.py. So that is the address, the tuple of IP address and the port number. And then we are receiving the message from the client, which is hi, and we are printing here. So we got the output hi, and then we are sending hello I am server, and we received it on this client side, and then we have closed the connection. So that's all about this basic communication establishment between the client and server using the Python sockets.